Thank you, Arknights, for the fun, the thrills, the suffering, the pain, the hype moments on live streams and videos, and all the different stories you guys have told. And I just can't thank you guys enough. But with a heavy heart, I have to say,
I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
that's right, I'm not going anywhere, okay? But I did want to make this video because I know a lot of people in the community right now are very confused on what is happening on the channel, which way it's going. I think like a lot of you guys are probably like, hey, I didn't sign up for a lot of this stuff. If you don't know and you just kind of checked out for the last couple of months, I've been experimenting a bit on the channel with some different content. Obviously, I even made a second channel because I thought maybe I wanted to do DBZ stuff, and I realized what I was doing was basically trying to fulfill a void that I should have just kind of like thought about internally, and what I kind of wanted to do with my content and how I wanted to make it instead of chasing the next best thing or kind of going the next best way. I got addicted to analytics and trying to look at stuff. I'm a very analytical person. I tend to second guess myself a lot too, which those don't typically mix because I become very overthinking. I think like, okay, this route, but this route, but that route, but this route, and it becomes this kind of like, how do I get the perfect thing? I do that even in life, and unfortunately, it just kind of burns me out. The term that I've heard recently is paralysis analysis, or analysis paralysis rather. Basically what you do is you analyze everything to the very point of like perfection, and nothing in this world is perfect, and nothing in this world is perfect when it comes to decisions. There's going to be trial and error, there's going to be fail, and so I had to do some of this stuff to learn more about myself and what I want to do as a content creator. But I came to the conclusion that I was really kind of in a good spot for where I was. I was happy doing the content I like the live streams, I like reading the stuff for Arknights, I like doing the events, the anniversaries, I like kind of getting hyped up with everybody, and I kind of gave that away because I thought that there was like, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. There's something else that I was missing, and in reality there really wasn't anything that I was missing. I was chasing kind of a false dream of something better or something that I could be doing, or what could I do more, what could I grow faster, how could I do this, how could I do that, how could I, and it just became kind of this snowball effect that I don't feel like I would have gotten out of had I not tried something else. So basically what I want to do is give you guys an idea of where we're going, kind of a guide rail or trajectory of the channel, and basically an understanding that this kind of moment forward, we are going to be kind of going back to the foundation of the channel, and we're just going to be building a positive community around the games that we love. So I'm not going to try to put too much pressure on myself that it has to be like this specific thing, that specific thing, but I will be featuring pretty much Arknights and mostly like PGR off on the side once in a while. And if I catch a game that's kind of fun or whatever, maybe I'll feature it once in a while, but I really want to get back to the foundation, learn to edit and better make content on a game that I enjoy, and just learn more about that game instead of always chasing the next best thing. I think that is way more healthy for me, and it gives me kind of a goal to focus on, so I don't have to feel like I'm split in so many different paths that I have to go so many different directions. And I really don't feel like I would have gotten to that conclusion had I not experimented on the channel the last couple months, or even made the DBZ channel to experiment on that route. I've just kind of come to the conclusion that I am enjoying what I did with Arknights and reading the story and being kind of just like this fun little cozy place for you guys to hang out the streams and the videos and kind of watch and engage on my progress and stuff like that. So we're going to go back to kind of like the analytical breakdowns of my thought processes on different things, like whether it's the anime that's coming up or season 2 of the anime of Arknights, or you know, different stages, different bosses, different characters. I'm going to start doing not necessarily guides, but kind of my opinion on things. So what I think about a new character, how I think they're cool or how they're fun. So just kind of like you know, just a little bit more of a fun stuff. We're going to be going back into reading some of the story. I don't necessarily know when live streams are coming back. My schedule's a little wonky because Miss Part-Timer does work a full-time job. Our daughter is rounding, you know, a year and a half at this point almost, and she's doing a ton of stuff, so it's just kind of hard to keep up with her. But I do want to kind of set the record straight that we're building a foundation again. I want to build the community that we had and continue to build that, and just kind of see where it goes from there. There's a lot of other games that, you know, on the horizon, like Wuthering Waves, even Project Mugen looks pretty cool, but I just want to stop jumping around because I feel like, not for just the community, but for my mental health and mental sanity, it's just a lot of pressure for all of us to kind of wonder where we're gonna go and what we're gonna do with the channel. I want to push myself to make better content and be able to be a better creator, and I feel like hunkering down on something I truly love and not taking it for granted like I had before really just gives me that foundation to be able to become a better content creator. So, you know, we're gonna experiment with some of the different content, but it's going to be stuff that you guys signed up for and stuff that's fair to you guys because it just makes sense. And for everybody who's gonna say like, play whatever I want to play, I understand that. It's definitely very sound advice, but the problem with playing like whatever you want to play is you have a lot of people who signed up for something, you know what I mean? So you sign up to do, like the analogy that I use with this part-timer earlier today was, you know, if you like Lay's potato chips and you signed up because you like salt and vinegar, or you like their original or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we're gonna do barbecue, we're gonna do a brand new thing, it's gonna be barbecue or dill pickle, which they have those obviously. But what if they decided to take everything off? The original, the salt and vinegar, they took that away because they're like, okay, dill pickle, we want everybody to buy dill pickle, we want this to be the thing. And everybody's like, well, what the hell? I like the original, I like salt and vinegar, you're not even gonna give me those choices, those options. That's basically what I did on the channel. I just took everything away that everybody signed up for, and I'm just like, here, have what I want you to have, which is fair. We're gonna balance what I like to do and what I like to play and stuff like that, obviously with the community expectations, and that is going to come in the form of different ways that we edit and the different ways that we play these games. So Arknights is a game that I really enjoy. I do think that I got burnt out on the meta part of it, so we're gonna kind of experiment and see what that does, you know, talk about some different units, talk about some upcoming stories, and just kind of experiment with the way that I edit and the way that I play these games, because at the fundamental layer I do have a appreciation and true love for these type of games, and I want to pursue that and not kind of back away every single time that I get a little burnt out. I feel like a lot of times I take the easy route and I decide, okay, well, I don't know what else to do with Arknights, so I'm just going to move on. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, try to seek the new high or whatever, and it doesn't force me to think of a different way to do things or have a little bit more fun in a different way. So hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea. It's going to take a little bit of time to get everybody kind of understanding where we're going, what we're doing. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can. Like I said, we got a lot of scheduling issues right now. I'm going to try to post as much as I can, and we're just kind of going to go for there. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for hanging out and always being supportive, especially through all of this. I know a lot of you guys didn't sign up for a lot of the experimentation, but I do honestly think that it helped with my mental health, and I do think that it helped with my creativity and gave me just an understanding of what my true goal on the channel is and what my true like ending, like, you know, light at the end of the tunnel type of thing is. And I don't think I would have got there had I not done the stuff I did for the last 3 or 4 months. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there, and I will see you in the next one. As always, have a good rest of your night. Peace.